585 species in genus Lupinus, Lupine. Lupinus, a floral fascination. My name is Ferb Vu, and I've always been drawn to the vibrant world of flora. Among the countless genera that grace our planet, one has particularly captivated my attention, Lupinus. More commonly known as lupine or lupine, this diverse genus boasts a fascinating array of species, each with its unique charm. A diverse genus. Lupinus is a member of the Fabaceae family, more commonly known as the legume, pea, or bean family. This places it alongside other notable plants like clover, alfalfa, and peanuts. The genus itself is incredibly diverse, with over 200 species spread across the globe. While North and South America are considered the centers of diversity for Lupinus, they can also be found in smaller numbers in North Africa and the Mediterranean. This geographical diversity contributes to the wide range of forms Lupinus can take. Some species are herbaceous annuals, completing their life cycle within a single year. Others are robust perennials that return year after year, their roots delving deep into the earth. And then there are the woody shrubs, some even reaching the stature of small trees, their branches adorned with vibrant blossoms. A tapestry of colors. One of the most striking features of Lupinus is the sheer variety of colors its flowers display. From the cool blues and purples of Lupinus perennis, the wild blue lupine native to eastern North America, to the warm yellows and oranges of Lupinus arboreus, the tree lupine gracing coastal California, the genus offers a veritable rainbow of hues. This diversity is further amplified by hybridization and selective breeding, resulting in cultivars with bicolor blossoms and unique shades. More than just a pretty face. While their beauty is undeniable, lupines offer more than just aesthetic appeal. Many species have been cultivated for their seeds, which are a valuable source of protein and fiber. These seeds can be ground into flour, used as a coffee substitute, or even fermented into a tempeh-like food. Lupines also play a crucial role in improving soil health. As members of the legume family, they have a symbiotic relationship with nitrogen-fixing bacteria. These bacteria reside in nodules on the lupine's roots, converting atmospheric nitrogen into a form usable by plants. This process enriches the soil, benefiting not only the lupine itself, but also other plants growing nearby. A closer look, notable Lupinus species. The genus Lupinus encompasses a vast array of species, each with its unique characteristics and distribution. See full list at monsteraholic.com. Do deer eat lupine? I've observed deer grazing in my backyard many times, and I've noticed that they seem to avoid lupine plants. I've planted lupines in my garden, and despite having a fair amount of deer traffic, they've remained untouched. From what I've seen, it seems like deer aren't particularly interested in lupine as a food source. Maybe it's the taste or the texture that doesn't appeal to them, but whatever the reason, it's been a relief for me as a gardener trying to protect my plants from hungry wildlife. How to plant lupine seeds. Planting lupine seeds is a process I've done quite a few times in my garden, and it's relatively straightforward. First, I prepare the soil by loosening it with a rake and removing any weeds or debris. Then, I sow the lupine seeds directly into the soil, pressing them lightly into the surface. I make sure to space them about 12 to 18 inches apart to give them room to grow. After planting, I lightly water the area to settle the seeds into the soil. Lupine seeds typically germinate best when planted in the fall or early spring, so timing is important. With a bit of patience and care, I've found that lupines can thrive from seeds, adding beautiful bursts of color to my garden. Is lupine a perennial? Yes, lupine is indeed a perennial plant. I've had lupines in my garden for several years now, and they come back reliably each spring. It's one of the reasons I love planting them. They provide a burst of vibrant color year after year without needing to replant them annually. As long as they're planted in a suitable location with well-drained soil and receive adequate sunlight, lupines can persist for many seasons, making them a valuable addition to any perennial garden. Is lupine poisonous? Yes, lupine can be toxic if ingested, especially to livestock such as cattle, horses, and sheep. I've always been cautious about planting them in areas where my pets or other animals might roam freely. While I haven't had any personal experiences with animals consuming lupine in my garden, I've read about cases where ingestion of lupine has led to poisoning, particularly in livestock. The plant contains alkaloids that can be harmful if consumed in large quantities, so it's important to be aware of this potential risk, especially if you have animals that graze in the area where lupins are growing. How deep should I plant lupin seeds? When I plant lupin seeds, I usually aim for a depth of about 1/4 to half an inch deep in the soil. I've found that this depth works well for ensuring good soil contact without burying the seeds too deeply. Lupin seeds are relatively small, so they don't need to be planted very deeply to germinate successfully. After sowing the seeds, I lightly press them into the soil to ensure good contact, which helps with germination. Overall, I've had success with this planting depth, and it's been a reliable method for growing lupins in my garden. Is lupin poisonous to dogs? Yes, lupin can be toxic to dogs if ingested. As a dog owner, I'm always cautious about planting potentially harmful plants in my yard, and lupins are one of them. While I haven't personally experienced my dog consuming lupin, I've heard and read about cases where dogs have shown symptoms of poisoning after ingesting parts of the plant. Lupins contain alkaloids that can cause gastrointestinal upset, including symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea, and drooling if ingested in significant quantities. Therefore, I make sure to keep an eye on my dog when he's in the garden and discourage him from nibbling on any plants, including lupins, to ensure his safety. How to deadhead lupin? Deadheading lupins is a task I've done regularly in my garden to encourage prolonged blooming and prevent them from self-seeding excessively. Once the flowers start to fade and the petals begin to wilt, I use a pair of sharp scissors or pruning shears to snip off the spent flower stalks just above the nearest set of healthy leaves. I make sure to cut the stem cleanly to avoid damaging the plant. By removing the spent flowers, I redirect the plant's energy from seed production back into growing more blooms, extending the flowering period. Deadheading also helps maintain the lupin's appearance by preventing it from looking messy with dried-up flowers. Overall, it's a simple task that contributes to keeping my garden looking neat and vibrant throughout the blooming season. Is lupin edible? While some species of lupin are cultivated for food, including certain varieties like sweet lupin, it's important to note that many wild varieties of lupin contain toxic alkaloids. These compounds can be harmful if ingested, causing symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, and digestive discomfort. Personally, I wouldn't consider wild lupin to be edible due to the potential risks associated with its toxicity. However, certain cultivated varieties undergo specific processing methods to reduce their alkaloid content, making them suitable for human consumption. If considering consuming lupin, it's crucial to research and ensure that you're dealing with a safe, edible variety and to follow appropriate preparation methods to mitigate any potential risks. What color is lupin? Lupins come in a wide range of colors, including purple, blue, pink, red, yellow, and white. I've personally grown several varieties in my garden, each displaying its own unique and vibrant hue. The most common color I've seen in lupins is a striking purple-blue shade, which is often associated with the plant. However, lupins' diversity means that they can add an array of colors to garden landscapes, making them a versatile and visually appealing choice for flower beds and borders. Whether planted as a single color or in a mixed palette, lupins never fail to add a stunning pop of color to any outdoor space. Is lupin poisonous to touch? As far as I know, lupins are not considered poisonous to touch. I've handled lupin plants countless times while gardening, and I've never experienced any adverse reactions from contact with the leaves or flowers. However, it's worth noting that some individuals may be sensitive to certain plants and could potentially experience skin irritation or allergic reactions upon contact. If you have particularly sensitive skin or if you're unsure about potential reactions, it's always a good idea to wear gloves while handling plants, including lupins, to minimize any risks.